The man returned home after his business trip, only to discover something terrifying. 2 large shoe prints on the ground outside his front door. Judging by the size of the prints, it was definitely a man who had left them. Next to the prints, there were a pile of cigarette butts, suggesting the person had been waiting outside for a long time. His wife had been home alone for some time, and 1,000 thoughts flooded his mind. He quickly pulled out his handgun from the car and scaled the gate, running toward the house. The man moved swiftly through a dense forest and arrived outside the house. On a small path beside it, he saw more footprints, confirming that the intruder had already entered the house. The man immediately chambered a bullet, crouched low, and sneaked inside. But the loud music playing in the house was the only sound, and there was no sign of his wife. He hurriedly searched the house, and when he reached the bedroom, he found it in complete disarray, with bloodstains on the walls. It was clear that a struggle had taken place here. The man quickly called his wife and found out she had been severely beaten and was now in the hospital. Weakly, his wife told him, "Not long before you returned, a burly man suddenly barged into the house, said nothing, and started searching. When he found nothing, he beat me badly in anger." His brother-in-law also told him that the man had been extremely reckless, showing no attempt to hide his actions, and after the assault, he left in a green taxi. Seeing his wife covered in injuries, the man swore to find the attacker and seek justice for her. However, the only lead he had was the green taxi, so he decided to use it as a starting point to find the culprit. The next day, the man drove around the city, looking for the green taxi his brother-in-law had described. Soon, he found 2 such cars on a small street. However, the man did nothing at first. Instead, he quietly noted the company name on the car doors. That evening, he went to the taxi company, pretending to have trouble and asked for help from the staff on duty. While the staff member was going to open the door, the man quickly pulled a stocking over his head, and when the door was opened, he forced the staff member into the office at gunpoint. Once inside, the man accessed the office computer and pulled up the records for all the vehicles. He discovered that 1 car had been to his house before he returned home, and the driver's name was Liao, a young man. The man then flipped through the driver's file and found a photo of Liao's ID. Though he had the information he needed, the man didn't leave immediately. Instead, he scattered the office's files everywhere, making it look like a robbery. The next morning, the man waited outside the taxi company. When he saw Liao driving a taxi, he followed him. When Liao parked the taxi on the side of the road to wait for passengers, the man quickly approached, pretending to be in a hurry and wanting to catch a ride. After getting in, the man casually gave an address for Liao to drive to. But after driving a short distance, the man quietly pulled out his handgun and tapped on the divider, signaling Liao to turn around. Seeing the gun, Liao nearly lost his mind. He thought he was being robbed and immediately handed over his wallet. However, the man wasn't interested in the wallet. Instead, he demanded to know about the customer who had been in his car 3 days ago, the one who had gone to his house. It was a rare long-distance fare, and Liao remembered it clearly. He told the man that the passenger was a muscular, burly man. The man had gotten into the taxi near noon, just after arriving at the airport, and told Liao to drive to a manor. Once they arrived at the manor, the large man instructed Liao to wait at the entrance while he went inside.